ahead.
First question, is this your first visit in Poland?
First time in Poland.
I heard you went yesterday sightseeing. Did you enjoy it?
Loved it. I loved it. We got a chance to walk around Lublin, Old Town, and loved it. Just the history. Didn't realize the great history here in Lublin. Knew about Poland's history. And thankfully, we're glad we were able to do the tour. We walked some outside and then we went into some buildings because it was very, very cold. But it was very nice.
Best place, favorite place? Something you will remember?
Probably the chapel, the Holy Trinity Chapel. And then the museum. The museum was impressive, yeah.
Nick and yours, you were in Lublin for some time, a couple of months, but that was your first time, right?
Yeah, that was my first time in Old Town and seeing some of those buildings. But I'd have to agree with the Holy Trinity Chapel was probably the most unique thing.
And then the Krakow Castle.
Oh yeah, Krakow Gate.
Krakow Gate, yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Were you surprised that Nick chose the club in Poland?
No, not really. He wants to be a pro player. This was a good opportunity for him to continue to be a pro. He was in the Republic of Georgia last year. So for us and for him, it's just, I think, part of the journey of trying to be a pro player. So I was not surprised. I'm glad I could come. I didn't get to Georgia last year, but I'm glad I could come and spend some time with him here.
Nick, you that mentioned Georgia. Main differences between Georgia and Poland?
Probably the language. Georgian, I picked up on Georgian pretty well. I knew some phrases and some things to say, and now I've learned some words here as well. But I think this language is a lot harder. So.
Polish language is probably the worst language in the world.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the question to both of you. Before Nick chose to play in Poland, have you heard anything about the Polish league?
Yeah, I had heard a little bit, not much, just a little bit, because some other players that we knew and know had played internationally in different parts of the world and had mentioned the Polish league. I can't speak for Nick, but that was my knowledge.
Yeah, I had heard a little bit just from, guys I know in the basketball world that have played overseas and have been in Poland. They had kind of told me a little bit about the league and the travel and that sort of thing. So I kind of had a little bit of knowledge coming into it.
You're working for CBS. I don't know if you know it, but you are well known by the Polish supporters of NBA. They all know who is Kellogg. Can you tell us any funny stories from the NBA? I know you are the specialist of the college basketball, but in Poland, college basketball is not so famous as NBA.
Right. Well, it's funny. I think a lot of people know me from the NBA because I'm a commentator on the NBA 2K video game.
Yeah, I know, I played.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people know me from that because so many people around the world play that game. It's one of the most popular games in the world outside of FIFA and Madden football. I think the NBA 2K game is the next most popular. So a bunch of his friends play, some of the kids I cover in college, even some of the NBA players. Some of the young NBA players, they don't even know that I used to play in the NBA. They know my voice from the video game, which is really kind of crazy, But it's been 30 years since I played. But the fact that some of these young guys,
right?
Yeah, I had to retire in '87. Yeah, 1987. Yeah.
But as a commentator and guy who works in CBS, do you have a contact with NBA players?
Yeah, I do. I worked for the Pacers for a long time. I played for them for 5 years, and then I worked as a commentator for 23 years, and then I worked in the front office with players for 4 years. So I was in the NBA for over 30 years. So I have a lot of contact with used to have a lot of contact with the NBA players.
Okay. The coolest guy in the league.
Coolest guy in the league? Oh, wow. The coolest guy in the league right now.
In private.
Yeah. I would, there are a couple of guys that I would call the coolest. I've got to go with one Pacer, at least one Pacer, since that's the team I play for. Paul George. Paul George, cool, great player, good young man. And then I would go with Russell Westbrook after that. Love watching him play.
But
and
he's a little bit crazy.
Well, yeah, he plays with great energy and enthusiasm, and he dresses kind of weird too. Some of the stuff his fashion taste is a little bit out there too. But he's crazy in a good way,